How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BeamNG.drive. So yes, this is going to be a follow-up on the previous episode that we did on Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, no, it was probably Wednesday. I got my days sort of mixed up, but okay, guys. So yes, we've got the Sunburst out here that we got in the last episode, our Uber vehicle. And we are going to make our way over to the dealership because I've got another vehicle that we're going to go and have a look at. So the vehicle in question is a D-Series truck that is actually getting, yeah, it's actually selling for quite a bargain. So I definitely want to go and have a look at this thing. And hopefully not wreck our freaking car. Dude, would you stop? Okay, ETK. That's not very sporting of him. But okay, we're going to make our way over to this place. It's a bit of a drive, so I'm going to speed up this driving process a little bit. So I'll catch up to you guys once we get there. Alrighty, people, here we are at the dealership selling this Garrel D-Series, and we're just going to park up right here next to it. This thing took quite a bit of a beating on the way down here, but I think it's still fine. Still drives straight. Alright, and we hopped out, and yeah, there was a little bit of lag again. But okay, so this is apparently a hot rod model D-Series. It's an automatic transmission. It doesn't have a tailgate, so it's maybe missing a couple of things. Let's open it up and just see what it's like on the inside. Yeah, everything seems to be there, so let's go ahead and jump into this thing. I'm going to do a little test drive and just see if it actually runs and drives okay. Because, yeah, these used vehicles are sometimes a bit broken. But so far, so good. Seems to be doing what it's supposed to. And nothing seems to be falling off, so it's a little bit on the loud side. I don't think this thing has got a proper exhaust muffler on it. But that's something that we can at least sort out without breaking the bank too much. We do have got this scooped hood on. I don't know if it's really necessary, and it looks like it's got a bit of faded paint, but that's also not to worry, because we can easily take care of that. Right, well, I'm actually quite happy. It seems to be doing pretty well. Right, so the reason for buying this truck is we are going to be doing some tow missions later down the line. And we are going to need a somewhat decent vehicle to tow with. And I think this might actually do it. We might have to get a trailer hitch mounted to it, but yes. So they are asking only 4,242, which I think is an absolute bargain. So I'm going to go ahead and just buy it. Even if we don't decide to keep it, I'm pretty sure we'll make our money back just trying to resell it. Which actually, yeah, reminds me, I need to check up on my listings because I've had some offers on the Sunburst again. That one's a little bit too low, so we're going to go ahead and decline that one. And this one is absolutely ridiculous, so yeah, you can just take that offer and shove it. Alright, guys, so now that we've got our D-Series, yeah, we're going to head back to the garage, and I think we're going to take the shortcut. Just going to tow it back there. And we'll also get the Sunburst put back into storage because it's going to need a repair now that we've actually damaged it a little bit. Alright, so my vehicle's Sunburst, and just put it into storage, and then we'll retrieve it again. And that should actually fix up the damage that we had on it. So yeah, we are currently trying to sell that vehicle. It's not going to be ideal for us to drive it any further because I think it actually loses value as you drive it more, but I may be mistaken. So yes, let's jump into this D-Series, yeah, I don't think, no, let's actually not jump into it. We're going to first have a look at it. We're going to see what parts we need on this thing because I think it's missing a muffler. Alright, so let's see. Part customization, all parts, and yeah, we need to navigate to the muffler, which is actually empty. So we're just going to go ahead and install the sports muffler. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not that expensive. So on the steering suspension side, everything looks to be decent. Basic front brake pads. So we might actually upgrade the brakes a bit on this thing, because we are going to be doing some heavy towing and stuff with this thing later on. So let's go ahead and do semi-race front brake pads. I think that should help out a bit. Wheels are fine. Okay, and on the rear suspension, gonna just check the brakes as well. Wheel hubs, rear disc brakes. Alright, so let's get some heavy duty disc brakes. We're gonna also swap out the pads for some semi-race ones. So that looks pretty good. And then I did notice we are missing a grill as well on this thing, so just got to figure out where that is. It probably falls under radiator support, grill bars. Let's go with the chrome one. I think that'll look pretty nice. Make this thing look a bit better. Yeah, that's almost a little bit too much chrome. Just see, yeah, I think that actually works. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. I'm happy with that. And got some high-end headlights in this thing. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. And on the bed, we don't have any trim on the truck at all, so that's fine. We'll just leave it like that. Taillight. Where's the tailgate? Okay, so we are missing a tailgate. So apparently this is a later model, so we're going to install the late model tailgate. Let's just have a look at this thing. Okay, that looks better already. We've got a tailgate on this thing, and as for the bed accessory, we've got the roll bar installed. I think we're going to keep it. Let's just install ourselves a receiver hitch. Alright, so that's 3,509 beam bucks spent. Quite well, I think. Let's just go ahead and remove the paint design, which is the old paint. You can just install the empty one. And that's going to give it a fresh look once again. Let's go ahead and install that, and then we can get rid of the extra parts in our inventory. Not going to be a whole lot, but at least it's something. So there we go. I think now this thing is pretty decent. So let's go ahead and give it a fresh paint job, because I think the paint is actually faded on this thing. I'm kind of liking the red, but don't know if we should stick with the red. Yeah, I don't know. Let's maybe go with a darker red. Maybe even this deep plum. That actually looks nice. I think that's the color we're going to go with for this. Alright, so now we've got ourselves a decent-ish pickup truck. And I think let's take it for a little bit of a spin. And if I'm not mistaken, even the taxi jobs can be done with a pickup truck. So we're going to have a look at that quick. How many passengers can we take? Okay, so we can take 6 passengers. So they're probably going to be sitting in the back of the bed if they were to be actual characters that show up. But yeah, I don't think that is how it works. But okay, so let's wait for a fare quickly. Just going to see how good of a taxi this thing makes. Alright, so we've got 4 passengers we need to pick up, and apparently we need to head through this little alleyway. Right, now I didn't check, is this thing automatic? Yeah, it is automatic, but that's fine. I think for a pickup truck, automatic isn't too bad. Yeah, this thing is still a bit noisy. And that's actually a very dangerous exit we've got over there, coming into the road like that. I didn't hear this transmission shift. I wonder if the transmission isn't broken, because there's a lot of broken parts available now since the RLS Career Mode Overhaul update. But I think we'll find out pretty soon once we get up to a little bit of speed here. Alright, so we picked up our customer and we're gonna head off to the destination. Yeah, no traction control, no ABS, which is something we might have to install in this thing, because it might get a bit crazy and out of hand. Alright, so it does shift. It just takes a hot minute for it to shift. Depends on what gearbox we've got in here. Alright, but yes, let's try and make our way over to this place without hitting more speed fines, because I kind of forgot about that one now. We did achieve a milestone, so we need to have a look at that as well and just claim our rewards, because you actually make quite decent money off of those milestones. Alrighty guys, so we made it to our destination, and I must say this thing actually handles like a boat, so it's not really ideal for just using it as a taxi, because it's yeah, as I said, taking turns with this thing is a bit of a mission, and I'm not really fond of the automatic transmission in this thing. It's kind of weird. So yeah, we're going to tow this thing back to the garage because I want to get some cargo boxes installed and see how many we can fit in this bed. Alright, there's that lag again, exiting a vehicle. So yeah, let's have a look at the cargo boxes for this truck and see what we can do. So we can get at least one extra large box, and then we can get another 4 medium-sized ones. I think those are, no, those are large. So it's large boxes, and the other ones are, well, the bigger one is an extra large. So that is good. So let's go ahead and install that. So now at least we can start doing some cargo jobs, which I think what I'm going to do for this, just to make it a little bit easier, and we've got another order, well, an offer on our Sunburst. Let's just go ahead and check this out. So 8,893, that's a little bit less. We actually had a better offer earlier, or in the previous episode, but I decided to decline it. So yeah, we just got to wait for a better offer again. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to tow this thing over to the commercial garage. Although we don't own the commercial garage, you can still tow to it. We're going to see what cargo is available for us. I don't think we leveled up at all in terms of cargo transportation, so we're probably going to get all those teeny tiny little packages. That's just going to be a bit of a nuisance to carry. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so the best one we've got here is a 9 beam bucks. Yeah, that's not really ideal. But okay, let's go ahead and load this up, because there's a couple of other places we can go to in the area and pick up some more parcels. Yeah, this thing with this auto box is a bit slow, but I'm thinking we're gonna change it. I think the other place we can pick up stock is actually here, Jerry Rigs. Just do a massive U-turn here. Yeah, this thing kind of turns like a wagon, like the old horse carriage. But okay, let's see what parcels we've got available here. Alright, that one is a timed one. Spearleaf Marine Logistics. It's not paying so well either, so I think we're just going to go ahead and load all the smaller ones and the non-timed ones, because I still want to go and stop by the other place close by, which will be the Shuffleboard Logistics. And also this is how we start up. We level up by doing this. And I also think we might actually find something here at the garage itself if we pull into this parking spot here. I need to see if this thing has got some sway bars, because this thing has got a lot of body roll. Alright, so 4 parcels available, but they say it's 10 in total. So let's go ahead and load everything. This is going to be a proper road trip. Yeah, we're kind of becoming like a delivery driver, but that's okay. This is how you start up and make some money. And also, the more deliveries you do, the better the payouts become. So it's definitely worth doing this. And let's see what they've got over here at the shuffleboard. Usually this place has got big parcels, so don't know if we're going to have space for it. There's nothing available, and that is it. So yeah, I think we are good to hit the road. So we're going to go ahead and follow our GPS here. And I think what I'm going to do is we're going to speed up this process for you guys. So just wish me luck and sit back, relax, and enjoy. Alright, what do we know? So the first delivery is actually just here by the place where we stopped in the first place. So yeah, there's a lot of parcels just going to areas close by. Alright, so let's keep going and see where we end up. Alrighty guys, so we are here at our second last drop off and the truck isn't doing too bad. It's just we are definitely leveling up quite slowly with these little teeny tiny deliveries we are doing. So what I think I might do is a little bit more grinding off camera and just level it up a bit, and then hopefully we can get to that part where we can start towing trailers. I think that's only at level 3, so yeah, I think I might have to do quite a bit of deliveries. But I think so far so good. This truck is doing pretty well. There's a couple of things that I would like to change on it. I'd like to see if we can get a manual transmission in this thing, and maybe traction control, ABS, and just gotta see if there's any sway bars on this thing, because yeah, the body roll on this thing is intense and it makes it a little bit hard to take the corners, especially if you are trying to avoid going off-road or staying out of the oncoming lane. So yeah, we definitely gotta have a look at that. So yeah, let's just make our way to the final destination, and then we're going to see what other jobs we can do. I did get another offer on the Sunburst, so we might have to check that out as well. But I think overall in general this is a very good truck to keep and to hang on to. It'll definitely come in handy once we unlock the trailers. Alright, and here we are. And that is done. And yeah, we didn't really earn a whole lot of money. One thing we could do actually, now that we are here, and I don't think it'll be a problem if we leave our truck here. It's kind of in a parking spot. Right, there's that lag again, getting out of a truck or getting out of your vehicle. For some reason it does that since I installed the RLS Career Mode. So I don't know if that's something to do with the mod or what it is, but it's okay. So we'll just have to live with it. So they don't have any vehicles available for us to transport here, but that's not to worry. We can just take a quick stroll over to Quarryside Auto Sales. They should have something that we can transport for them. So this is the car jockey missions, and the payments have definitely been increased a bit on these. So let's just check if there's something. No, there's nothing we can take here either. So yeah, looks like we need to be level 2, but I don't know where we're going to start then, because usually this would be where you would start with your your base career, and usually the vehicle jockey missions would be level 1 from here. So yeah, it kind of doesn't really make sense. Let's just have a look at this again. Yeah, all of these are level 2, so I don't know what's up with that then. But okay guys, so I think let's go over to our map here. So there's a couple of things that we can still have a look at. So we did a little bit of racing in the first episode. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go and do a little bit of police work. So we haven't done the unpaid fines, and I think that is where we're going now, because it's close by. Let me just press the right button. Alright, so let's hop in our D series over here. There we go. Alright, let's make our way over to this police job. See if we can chase down the suspect and see how it goes this time round, because I think the last time I did this, it was actually, yeah, we had a bit of a stupid guy driving the car in front of us. So they actually crashed into a box truck, and that actually made ended the chase right there and then. So I'm going to go ahead, and there's no other vehicles available yet. So I think there has been a slight update to this. So I'm not sure if that was fixed. So I guess we'll find out now if this guy's going to be a little bit more evading, a little bit clever, more clever than he was the last time. So let's see. Alright, let's get it started. We're going to just turn on the lights because the sirens are super loud in this. Alright, so we are chasing a Legrand wagon with a Legrand sedan. I kind of hang back there for a second. Why is he doing that? Kind of brake checking us. Alright guy, you are definitely going to be smashing into something. Alright, now we're kind of falling behind. Okay, that's okay. I think he's gonna mess up sooner or later. We just gotta stay with him. Just make sure we don't crash ourselves. Oh, that was a nasty hit. Damn, dude. Yeah, I think your car is shot, man. You definitely buggered it up there. But there we go. We did it in 54 seconds, and yeah, we've got at least the first two ticked off the list there. It gives us 900 smackaroonies, which is not too shabby. And I think we're also getting a ticket, so yeah, those come in handy for vehicle repairs. Alright guys, so off to the next challenge, which is just down the road, if I remember correctly. And we are going to be using the vehicle that they supply us with, which is the D series. Kind of similar to the one we are driving at the moment. I think it's maybe just a little bit of a different spec. Alright, now, unfortunately, the police sirens in this chase is extremely loud. Yeah, it's very similar to the one we are driving at the moment, so let's go ahead and just do this and see how we do. Because the last time I did this, I ended up blowing 2 tires and I still managed to escape the cops. So let's see if we are so lucky this time. Alright, and we are off. Let's see if we can avoid the cops altogether. There's going to be potentially some contact if we don't go over to this side, because that guy always tries to pit maneuver you. And damn, these sirens are extremely loud in my ears. Okay, looks like we dodged them all together. Where they at? Okay, that guy's taking a wrong turn there. Not ideal for him, but okay, we are coming up to the place where we need to stop, and I've had no cops chase me really. Kind of feels like I'm almost cheating here, so I don't know. Okay, now I hear some sirens, but I don't see anybody. Okay, there's a cop over there, but I think he was just a little bit too stupid. Okay, but yes, we got all of the stars and stuff ticked off by that. And we didn't even scratch the truck, so looks like this time around we were a little bit lucky, I would say. Yeah, that's 1,350 beam bucks, and we've got some extra tickets and some XP. So yeah, that is pretty decent, guys. Didn't expect to do so good here, but now we've unlocked a couple more things that we can participate in. So I'm actually more fond of the police chases and doing the chases, you know, being the cop. It's a lot of fun for me. So let's go and see. We've actually unlocked another one. If I'm not mistaken, it's this one down there, the tamper-proof, which is the Jeep. Which is also one that we kind of did, and I wasn't really certain of the outcome because it was kind of a little bit too easy. I think we need to go this way anyway. Just go jump the curb there. We're going to head over to the tamper-proof mission and just see how that's going to work out for us. Alright, and here we are at the challenge, and yeah, we definitely need to install ABS in this thing, because this thing just locks up, especially driving on a keyboard. So unfortunately I don't have a steering wheel and pedals, so that's just the way it's gonna have to roll for now. Yeah, I'm trying to save up for a decent steering wheel and pedals, but the things are a little bit expensive, and I don't really want to go cheap and buy something that's not going to be worthwhile. But okay, guys, we are going to be Officer Funkel once again. Let's go and chase down the suspect in this Ibishu Hopper, a little Jeep thing. Just going to make our way over there, and then hopefully this time the guy actually takes off before we get to him. Alright, taking it nice and easy, and yeah, this thing has got some traction control. Alright, buddy. Now that's not ideal. Are we gonna get him? See, that kind of feels like cheating, because the guy didn't really get a chance to get on the road. So I might have to go ahead and try this one again at some point, but I think for now we're just gonna grab the money and run. Because yeah, money is kind of a thing that we need to try and build up. So I still need to try and figure out these intermediate series, where those are actually situated. So let's go and have a look over this. Alright, we need to move out of the challenge, I think. No, it's fine. Alright, so milestones. We've got a couple to claim. Definitely going to give us a couple more beam bucks in the bank. Okay, yeah. Claiming a whole lot of stuff there. Okay, so we're on 29k already, guys, and we barely started this thing. So those intermediate challenges, I've got no idea where it is, but I think this is still in development, so they would probably still become something that we can participate in. So these are the time trials. I think, yeah, I'm not too sure. Oh, so this is actually the beginner assessment circuit, so we can go ahead and do this. I don't know if I'm going to do it with my pickup truck, but let's go ahead and do this one with the little Covet. Or Covet. Did I just say Covet? I just meant Covet. Covet. Alright, but yes, this is the race, guys. I think this is... Yeah, this isn't the beginner one. So, okay, this is a little bit different. I don't know what this is all about, but... Yeah, looks like we are finding more challenges and we are able to start them right from the escape menu, which is great. So this might become something that I do a little bit more of then on the channel, because it's going to be a whole lot more exciting. Yeah, the little Corvette is definitely doing what it's supposed to do. Doing what a front wheel drive car does best. Understeer. Yeah, a whole lot of understeer, I can give you that. Alright, well, not too shabby. I think we are definitely doing alright here. So far. Haven't crashed into anything and we've made our turns. And so far I've been steering lock this thing mostly to the left. I think if there was a GPS on this, it would have said just turn left, turn left, turn left. Alright, well, I think the tires on the outside or on the inside is going to probably wear a bit more because it keeps burning rubber. On it turns left. But okay, this is the final lap. But yeah, these races might become a little bit more interesting, and I don't know if we unlock the next one if we manage to do this in a certain time, or how does these challenges work. I guess we'll find out. And across the line. Well, there we go. Alright, so how did we do according to the challenge? Well done. Try to find the best racing lines so you can keep a relatively high speed across the whole layout. Okay. So we didn't get the 1 minute 35 seconds, so I was a little bit too slow. But yeah, I guess we could retry this with our own vehicle at some point once we get something decent. But yeah, that ain't too shabby because we definitely got a little bit of money and a little bit more experience and another ticket. So let's have a look at more of those races. Alright, we'll just go back here. So where did I find it now? Was it APM? Yes, Motorsports. Okay, so time trials. So we do unlock the next one. Okay, but looks like we are using the same vehicle for all of these challenges. Which is quite interesting. And we can use our own vehicle and it doesn't change anything up there. So that's actually good to know. So if I get my sunburst, my actual sunburst that I would like to have in this challenge, well, in this series, I would definitely use that then. So drag racing with a Ibishu Covet. Alright, so apparently it's 135 meters. Kick off drag racing with the Covet 135 meter configuration. Learn the basics of launching and shifting as you strive to achieve the best time in this strip, on the strip with this reliable front wheel vehicle under the 0.500 sportsman tree configuration. Okay, so unfortunately I don't know what the controls are for shifting on the keyboard, so somebody knows that, just drop a comment down below. But I'm going to try and see if we can do this with the this thing enabled. Gearbox temporarily switch to arcade behavior. Okay, let's try it like that. That's one way of doing it. Alright, so we need to get staged here, most probably. Is it going to shift? Yes, it does. Okay, we are golden. Okay, now we just need to stay in our lane here. Alright, come on, little Corvette. I know you can do this. Don't know how fast. It's probably going to take like 17 seconds. Yeah, I didn't note the time there. Okay, 18.56 hours. Yeah, kind of in the ballpark. So we could have gone a little bit faster. I don't know what we exactly did wrong. I think our reaction time was a little too slow. And yeah, the wheel spin off the line didn't help much. But okay, we did it in 18.569. That is good. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in doing more of these challenges because you actually get money for the drag races. So that is pretty nifty. And the only thing that I've noticed is we can't use our own personal vehicle on these. So yeah, I think this is actually pretty nice. So what are these? So there's still a couple more things. So this is in development. So this is for pursuits, commercial, cargo transport, 27 stars, baseline hauler. So there's actually a whole lot of stuff we can do here. All right, so that is actually pretty cool, guys. So this is help APM evaluate his standard fleet pickup truck on our test course. We need data on its basic handling characteristics before introducing cargo varieties. Okay, so what are we actually doing here? Completing a delivery. Okay, what are we delivering? Because it doesn't look like there's anything loaded in the truck. Okay, welcome to your first APM Commercial Division Assessments. Today we are gathering baseline data on our standard fleet pickup truck's handling characteristics. Your objective is to navigate the marked course, following the chalk outlines and passing through all flag gates. Maintain a steady pace. We need accurate performance data, so drive efficiently but carefully. There's a target time to complete the course, but focus on clean driving rather than racing. APM's systems will be recording vehicle dynamics throughout your run. This data helps us establish baseline performance metrics for our fleet vehicles. Complete the course and come to a full stop within the marked circle at the end. Remember, vehicle damage will compromise our test data, so drive with precision. Got you. Alright, let's do this. So we need to drive like a grandfather. Alright, keep it between the white lines, I presume. And we are doing a bit of a drift in Grandpa's pickup truck. Alright, I wonder who this APM character is and what is his deal. We've got a couple of speed bumps there, or rumble strips, I could say. Rumble strips, I guess. But yeah, precision is key, so we gotta keep it in the lines. Whoa, I went on the line, but I hope that won't be a problem. Alright, so this is actually a whole lot of challenges added to career mode that I didn't even know of. Alrighty, and this way. Gotta take it nice and easy, apparently. Alright, come to this corner over here. There's a couple of humps up ahead. Whoops, and down. And up, and down, and there we go. Pretty nifty, and I think this is where we need to stop in the circle. Perfect. Alright. Good performance metrics. Your consistent driving has provided APM with reliable data on this vehicle's everyday capabilities. This efficient handling profile will be valuable to our assessment. That is good to know. Thank you very much. Are we getting paid? Yes, we are. That is good. So now... yeah, I think they are happy with that, guys. But I think that's enough of these type of challenges for now. We need to probably start focusing more on our other part of the business here, which is the vehicle up for sale. Just want to see if there's any more. It looks like there are a couple of offers. 7,000, 6,000, 1,000. No thanks. 3,000. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and decline all of these guys because that's not going to make money for us. So no thanks. We don't want your 6 grand either. Alright, so what I'm going to do is we're going to tow this thing back to the garage. I'm going to quickly have a look at the changes I want to make to this truck. And we are going to list this thing for sale just for the kicks. just to see what kind of offers we get out of it. But if we look at our value over there, it's 8,000, which is almost, yeah, the money we spent on the truck and what we spent on the truck in essence. So yeah, it kind of looks like this isn't really a big money maker. So anti-lock braking system, that is what we want. You know, definitely need it. And I think for the traction control, I'm not too sure. It's just electronic traction control safety thing. Yeah, that is stability and traction control. All right, so that is installed, or we are going to install it. And we wanted to have a look at the suspension, rear suspension first of all. Where are the sway bars? There's the sway bars. Okay, so it is empty. We're going to add some heavy duty ones to the back at least. And for the front, where's the front suspension? We just got to find it now. I'm not seeing it. There it is. Okay, so for the front suspension, we don't have a sway bar on there as well. So, well, we can either do front sway bar or sport front sway bar. So let's just do a front sway bar. I think that's good enough because the load is usually at the back of these things. Hey, we don't have a spare tire. Just go ahead and do that. I mean, never know what you're going to run into. Did I buy the right stuff? Because we've got, what's wheel hubs? Yeah, we've got 5 lug hubs. So, yeah, I did notice that. So we are pretty good now. It's not a 4-wheel drive, so we've got no differential at the front. And there's no bumper trims and stuff like that installed. So I think I'm quite happy with that. And I see our roll bar actually got taken off when we installed the, whatchamacallit, the cargo boxes. Yeah, that is quite interesting. All right, so let's go ahead and purchase this upgrade. And I forgot it. I wanted to check the transmissions, how much it's going to cost for us to do a manual transmission in this thing. So that's probably done from here. I think 5-speed manual. Should we do a 6-speed automatic rather? I don't know. I prefer the manual, but yeah, let's go ahead and do the 6-speed auto. Just gonna change it over. Otherwise, I need to change shifters and all of that jazz. So I think that is a little bit of a shortcut the way I did it now. We're gonna go ahead and sell this, and might as well also sell the roll bar because, yeah, can't have it on with the cargo boxes. And if we do want it back one day, we can just reinstall it. So now I haven't listed this thing for sale. So let's go ahead and just do that quickly before we take this thing on a quick little drive. All right, so marketplace. No, we actually need to go to my vehicles. All right, Garrel D series and list for sale. So apparently it's 11,302.1, 2.01 worth now. So that's it's a little bit more valuable than the Sunburst at the moment. So yeah, come to think of it, we got this thing for quite a bargain actually at 4,200 and something. But yeah, this thing is a little bit better now at least. It's got a little bit more pep as well with this gearbox. Yeah, so the 4-speed wasn't doing too great for us. And the body roll is definitely a lot less. And with the traction control, yeah, body roll is good. Traction control is definitely helping us from staying out of the drifts. And ABS works like a charm. Hey, we can sort of do a burnout. One of the world's slowest burnouts. So now I'm wondering if this thing has got a lock differential in. Because I see both wheels were spinning there. So it's probably got a lock differential. Or a welded differential for that matter. Which is not really ideal, but I'm not going to complain, guys. For the price I paid for this truck, it's actually a whole lot of truck for your bucks. So yeah, no, I never really know how to get back to my Chinatown garage yet, because it's a little bit hard to navigate. Okay, so that's the overflow one. There's the other one. So we are just coming up to it. So it's just up ahead. I got to go through this world's narrowest alleyway here. Oh, we're going to clip the mirror. No, we missed it. Okay. But yeah, I'm quite happy with our new purchase. This is definitely an absolute bargain, guys. So maybe drop some comments down below if you guys think I got myself a steal of a deal with this truck. It's definitely got high mileage. It's got like 300,000 miles on the odometer. But, I mean, I don't think it really makes a difference in the game. And yeah, I think that is going to be where I wrap up this episode, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate every view, every like. And also, guys, if you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, guys, I will see you all in the next one.